Hello Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. How does Scorpio currently view this relationship? All right, so we do have the 7, very nice. 7 of Wands, we got the Star, we got the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We do have the 10 of Wands, okay? So in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, I don't really feel like this has anything to do with a relationship per se. This has more to do with making your dreams a reality, and not allowing anyone or anything to essentially stop you from making your dreams a reality. I do see you putting in a lot of hard work and labor towards making your dreams a reality. I am definitely getting that. With that 7 of Wands energy coming out here, it's that energy of you being very determined to not allow anyone or anything to stand in your own way, even down to yourself, because you could have had like a history of constantly standing in your own way time and time again, or maybe you have like a history of allowing people to stop you from doing what you got to do, from focusing on you, you know, things of that nature. And it kind of looks like those days are done and over with. You're very determined to make your dreams a reality, and I do see you putting in a lot of hard work and labor to essentially make that happen. Okay, I like it. You're like my freaking spirit animal today. How does this person currently view this relationship? Ooh, okay. Okay, we have the Judgment card, we got the Page of Cups, we also have the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the 5 of Cups, and then we also have the 3 of Pentacles, to the Page of Swords, okay, to the 5 of Swords. Okay. In regards to how this person's currently viewing this relationship with you, it kind of looks like things went south between you and this person over here to the right of me. Yeah, it kind of looks like things went south between you and this person. It could have been like a really big fight / argument that could have led to, like, you know, a breakup between the two of you. But it kind of looks like as all of this was essentially playing out between you and this person, they found themselves like very conflicted. It's like a part of them is like, you know, I'm just so sick and tired. I'm just so sick and tired of going through this. I'm just so sick and tired of going through that. That's it. I'm done. I'm freaking walking away from this entire situation and never looking back. But the reason why I'm saying this person was very conflicted is because there was still a big part of them that wanted to continue to work at this dynamic here between the two of you. Yeah, I feel like this person told somebody, like a close family member or friend, like, I just can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore with Scorpio. I just can't do this anymore with Scorpio. I just can't do this anymore with Scorpio. And it kind of looks like, whoever it is that they were, you know, I guess like venting to, kind of like noticed how conflicted they actually were. Because I'm kind of getting that this person was very, very conflicted. It's like a part of them was like, I'm so sick and tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. And then there was that other part of them that's like, I don't know. I still kind of want to work this out. But I feel like somebody noticed how, I can't get off of that. Somebody noticed how conflicted they actually were. I feel like somebody noticed that this individual that quote unquote got sick and tired of whatever they got sick and tired of in reference to you and their relationship with you. I feel like this other individual kind of realized, like, you know what? This King of Cups still loves, you know, Scorpio. They still want to be with Scorpio. And I feel like this person encouraged them to, you know, talk to you and try to work things out, you know, with you, because they can tell how conflicted they actually were. They can tell that there was still a big part of them that wanted this dynamic between the two of you to work. So it looks like they encouraged them to, you know, try to work things out with you and, you know, talk it out. You know, don't make any impulsive decisions, you know, things like that. But we do see this masculine energy resurfacing back up here for you, wanting to have a conversation with you, wanting to essentially talk to you. And have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. I am definitely getting that. However, your person is showing up as a King of Cups. You're showing up as a Queen of Wands, which is kind of concerning. I feel like you showed up in this dynamic between you and this person as like a Queen of Pentacles like energy. So that's kind of telling me initially at first when you walked into this person's life, you were giving this person, your relationship with this person, your all. And I feel like over time, because you were going through the things that you were going through with this person, it caused you to lose respect for them. It caused you to lose love for them. It caused you to question, why are you even with this person at this point? The fact that you're showing up as a Queen of Wands, the reason why it's kind of concerning, is because I feel like you're already at this stage, you know, in your life where you're like say hypothetically speaking, this person was able to essentially get you back. You're like, this person's like 2.5 seconds from like losing you for good if they don't get their act together, is basically what I'm trying to convey here, okay? Because you're already at this Queen of Wands like status, and that's kind of your, I guess like the best way I could describe it, it's like if they are able to essentially get you back, it's not gonna freaking take much, you know, to get you to just officially walk away from this relationship for good. It's not going to take much to get you there, is basically what I'm getting. So they need to really, really tread lightly here when it comes down to you. If they are able to essentially get you back, they're going to have to tread very, very lightly, because if this person makes one more freaking, you know, bad decision, mistake, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna find yourself, you know, 2.5 seconds from leaving this entire situation for good and never freaking looking back. So if they don't get their act together, they do run the risk of basically losing you for good, to be honest. Just figured I just kind of mentioned that. But we have the Justice card, we have the King of Pentacles, and then we also have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords basically, well, the number 5 basically speaks of change, right? It just kind of looks like you've been having all of these issues within your relationship with this person because they refuse to change, okay? Maybe like they said they would, right? With the Justice card coming out here, don't get me wrong, there is still a big part of you that wants to make this dynamic between the two of you work, but you know that in order for this dynamic between the two of you to work, it does kind of require this person to change. Now, this person might go as far as to tell you that they're going to change. They might even go as far as to do that, and you might turn around and even take this person's word for it. But I cannot emphasize this enough. This one over here needs to tread very, very lightly with you, because you're 2.5 seconds from walking out that door for good. That's just how bad it is, okay? So if they don't get their act together, yeah, they could definitely run the risk of losing you for good. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we do have the Ace of Pentacles, we got the Five of Pentacles, and then we also have the Two of Pentacles. Here's the thing. They want to make this dynamic between the two of you work. However, they feel like it requires the both of you to essentially change. Not just them, but the both of you. So there's certain things that they essentially feel like you need to also kind of work on. Is basically what I'm getting. Now, the things that they essentially want you to change, you know, about yourself, it could be just about anything, but I do feel like the fact that you're showing up as a Queen of Wands plays a massive role in this whole them wanting you to essentially change. You literally go from giving this person, your relationship with this person, your all, to feeling like they don't even deserve that from you. So you're basically not the same woman that they initially fell in love with, or you're not the same man that they initially fell in love with. And that's something that they have a freaking problem with, right? But the thing is that it appears to me that the reason why you're not the same woman or man they fell in love with is because the amount of things that you went through with this person that caused you to lose respect for them, that caused you to lose love for them, that caused you to feel like, you know what, they don't really deserve this from me, so I'm not going to do this. They don't really deserve that from me, so I'm not going to do that. They don't really deserve this from me either, so definitely not going to do that either, you know? So I feel like that's primarily why you've changed, is because of the things that you've essentially been through within your relationship with this person. And the fact that this person has yet to change certain things about themselves kind of has you stuck in this energy of, well, why am I gonna, you know, change if this person's not, you know, gonna change? Like, what's the point in you doing that? So I think that this entire situation does kind of require, in a way, yes, the both of you to essentially change. But if this person does not change and get their act together, it's not going to influence you to put in the work to change. You're going to just continue to remain the same, basically. Because in your head, you're just like, well, what's the point of me changing if they're not going to change? Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? What actions Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups. We got the Nine of Swords. And then we also have the King of Wands. Interesting. Yeah. The reason why you've changed so much has a lot to do with everything that you essentially went through with this person in particular. It's interesting because I feel like you showed up as a Queen of Pentacles in the beginning of this relationship, and they showed up as a King of Wands in the beginning of this relationship. You know, the King of Wands is unfortunately somebody who's like kind of like known for giving the bare minimum. So while they were giving you the bare minimum in the very beginning of the relationship, you were giving them in your relationship with them your all. While you were essentially taking this relationship seriously, they were giving you reasons to essentially question, okay, wait a minute, how serious are you really taking this relationship? Because, you know, you're doing this and this and this and this, which is causing me to feel like you're not really taking me or this relationship with me seriously. So you could have went through that as well. It's interesting because the longer this person's with you, the more I see this person making it their only mission and priority to change and be the man and or woman that you essentially need them to be. And the more you're with them, the more you start to essentially realize that maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean, this person is not the one for you. Maybe, just maybe, you know, you're kind of going all out for somebody you really shouldn't be going all out for, you know? It's basically what I'm getting. This is kind of fascinating. Because as they try to improve to be like the person you need them to be, you start changing and turning into the person that is not the same person that they essentially fell in love with. Does that fucking make sense? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Because they're getting closer and closer towards being the man or the woman of your dreams. I am getting that. The more this person's with you, the longer this person's with you, the more they become the man or the woman of your dreams, or at least closer to the man or the woman of your dreams. But the more you remain with them, the more you start to not, you know, become like the woman or the man of their dreams. But I feel like the reason why that's happening on your end is because you went into this giving it your all, and they gave you every reason not to. They gave you every reason not to. They went into this relationship giving you and this dynamic that they share with you the bare minimum. And throughout the course of their involvement with you, they basically realized that, you know, they really do need to kind of step up to the plate and be the man or the woman of your dreams. You gave them every reason to. You know what I mean? You gave them every reason to want to be the man or the woman of your dreams. They gave you every reason to not be the woman or the man of their dreams. Hopefully that makes sense. What actions? Yeah, they just want the woman that they fell in love with back. They just want the man that they fell in love with back. You're nothing like the woman that they essentially fell in love with. You're nothing like the man that they essentially fell in love with. They just want that person back. They just want that person back. Okay. They have to give you a reason. That's the thing. Like, they have to give you a reason to go back to being this woman again or this man again. Like, they have to give you a reason. And it just looks like they haven't been giving you a reason. Going back to like what we were talking about over here, you know, a lot of you feel like this relationship between the two of y'all is not going to work because they refuse to essentially change. See what I mean? And because they refuse to change, they're just giving you every reason to not change and continue to remain in this space, right? Of not really going all out for them, not doing this, down the third for them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, they're giving you every reason to remain the woman / man, whatever have you, that they don't basically want you to essentially be, but you feel like you have to. You feel like you have to. Like, you don't want to turn around and give somebody, you know, your all if they're not going to turn around and give you their all. You don't want to do that. You've already been there, done that with this one over here. Like, you're not trying to do that. You're not trying to do that. Because every time you turn around and give this individual your all and they turn around and give you the bare minimum, it causes you to feel, you know, foolish. It causes you to feel stupid. It causes you to question, why are you giving this individual your all when they can't even do that for you? You see what I mean? And you don't want to continue to feel that way. So the more reasons they essentially give you to remain the same, the more you're gonna remain the same. The more reasons they essentially give you to not be that way with them, which will require them to essentially change, you will essentially change. But they have to give you a reason. They can't, keep giving you reasons to remain the same. Because if you continue to remain the same, it's going to cause them to continue to essentially feel like you're no longer the woman or the man that they essentially fell in love with. But that's just because they keep giving you reasons to not be the woman or the man that they essentially fell in love with initially at first. See what I mean? So yeah, if they really do want you to go back to being like the woman or the man that they essentially fell in love with, they're going to have to give you a reason. They're going to have to give you a reason. They're just going to have to give you a reason. And if they don't give you a reason to be this woman or this, man anymore, you're going to continue to be this person that you are now. That's it. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. You know what I mean? Now, we are seeing some improvement. I will say that we are seeing some improvement here. I do see you noticing, a change, I would say, within their energy. I am definitely getting that. But are you fearful that they're just changing temporarily and not permanently? Yeah, absolutely. I am definitely getting that. I mean, you're going to notice a significant change within their energy, but you're going to question, like, man, are they really changing, like, for good? Or is this all like a show? You know what I mean? But I do see them changing nonetheless. Because like I said, the longer this person's with you, the more you give them every reason to want to change and be the man or the woman of your dreams. The longer you remain with them from the looks of it, it kind of causes you to feel like you really, should turn around and give this person the bare minimum. You really should not go all out when it comes down to this person. You really shouldn't respect this person, your relationship with them. You really shouldn't do X, Y, and Z anymore. Like, until they give you a reason to not continue to think this way or function from this place, you're going to continue to function from this place and think from this place. That's as simple as it essentially gets, okay? So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.